Ticket traders, here we are, entering the third week of trading for 2018. It's been interesting. We had that massive dip before Christmas for crypto, and it sort of recovered, and now it's sort of entered this sort of bearish-like market. And then we had the release of news from South Korea last week saying they're going to ban exchanges, and then it came out that they're just still thinking of how to implement it. And the market, it's not as bad as what it's seen, but the market still hasn't fully recovered. But let's just go through and look at some of the charts. I want to look at some of the some of the smaller coins today that I'm certainly investing in at the moment. I'll bring up Bitcoin just so you can see at the moment. So because Bitcoin is a good bellwether for the whole market, and as you can see back here on the 7th of this a week ago, it was pushing that sort of $17,000 mark. Since then, it's sort of got as low as under 13,000, and it's sort of in this sideways pattern at the moment. Would I buy Bitcoin at the moment? Bitcoin itself, look, as much as it might seem, you might think, why would I buy an altcoin if I wouldn't buy Bitcoin? I still feel that Bitcoin potentially, it's either going to hit 20 and go rummaging up, or it's possibly below 10. I think that this sideways movement has to fix itself at some point. Looking around, Litecoin still doing its thing. I mean, it pushed over that $300 mark, and since then it's dropped down and sort of hung around here. I wanted to buy Litecoin, but with so many opportunities in the altcoin market, or the other cap market, I just can't recommend Litecoin at the moment. I know it's got its attractors that say $400-500 coin, but the money has to come from somewhere, and I wonder if that money is really going to be put into Litecoin at the moment. Personally, I'd love to see it get up there. I think it's undervalued in a way, but I'm just worried that as much as I think it's undervalued, is the money going to be put in there? IOTA is still one of my favorites at the moment. It's definitely come off the ball. The projects they've got, the way, I just like IOTA. Everything I read about it seems to be quite positive. Again, it's also into this side of sideways motion. Where it is at the moment at $3.63. If it goes much lower, anything towards $3.40 is a buy for me. Obviously buy and hold. It could go back to $3 or below. There are definitely support levels under $3. But I think that once the market recovers, which will happen, this is not like some sort of end of crypto at all. Once the crypto recovers, I think IOTA would do quite well. Ripple's one that does. Let's pull Ripple out there. Ripple's one that does concern me about investing in it at the moment, considering the other options on the table. I mean, it hit that all-time high up here. What do we get up to again? It's like it's even higher than that, wasn't it? Here we go. Yeah, sorry, there we go. $3, about $3.30, and then it's just completely just come down here, and that's why I just couldn't recommend Ripple at the moment. I'm staying away from it myself. It's got a lot of love, a lot of hate, that coin, that little token, so yeah. But I just want to give a quick roundup of those, but the ones that I specifically want to look at the moment is over here. So first of all, XCM or NEM. If we look at the market cap at the moment, it's number 6 at the moment, and it's trading around that $1.40 mark. It's actually recovered pretty well considering the market at the moment. And I really feel for this one, I would be happy, more than happy, to get into that at the moment. I mean, always manage your risk and your equity, but I mean, considering it was topped over that $2 mark and it's had a retracement, we do see this with some of these altcoins where they hit an all-time high, they'll come back down, flounder around for a bit, and then rocket up and go even higher. So for me, NEM at the moment is a definite buy, even at this price. Definitely you could wait for it to come back off, but I'm happy to buy it right now. Then we've got where are we? Where is this one sitting at the moment? I have to hunt him down. There we go, QTUM. So this is actually 17th at the moment. Do some research on this. I do like the partnerships that they're forging. As I said, I've done all my research on these coins. Read them up yourself if you want to know them in depth. I'm just looking at trading at the moment. If you want to know why, read them up yourself. But for me, it's purely from what I've read, from what I've seen, and their prices at the moment. To me, the fact that it was up around this, it spiked up, but let's just say $80 mark, and now it's down at 54. Again, the market's been overall bearish, but it actually has kept itself pretty well. So there's obviously a lot of support around there, and for a coin that's sitting out at the 17th mark at $54, I'm happy to buy that at the moment. I really see no reason why not to. Again, you can see the support down here that it's got at the $44 mark, so definitely consider that. But again, that's a coin, QTM, that I'm definitely looking at the moment. And then also Zcash. I mean, this is one, let's just bring this up fully actually. Zcash is definitely a favorite of a lot of people because of the privacy around it. I'll be happy to buy it at the moment again. I mean, you can see the support all the way back here around 547, and but every time it's dipped down here, it's gone up. So I just think that once the market recovers, which it will, I can really see this coin bursting out to $800 easily. As always, nothing's guaranteed, but I just feel with Zcash and everything I know about it, with the projects that are coming up and the general market feeling for the coin, also the people that actually know about the technologies, actually quite like Zcash. These are the things that to me will push it upwards, and who knows where it will go. And then lastly, look, I just did want to cover on, look, I would buy into it. I don't know if I could recommend everyone, is Ethereum Classic. That's the original Ethereum. I mean, it's got its lovers and haters. The whole reason that it still exists, you know, when they did the hard fork, should the new Ethereum just be Ethereum? There should be no Ethereum Classic, but this is what it is. I just wonder that with the congestion that is appearing on some of the Ethereum blockchain, will some of this come back to Ethereum Classic, or is it just because it's just not really, there's other alternatives to it basically? Will it pick up the slack of Ethereum, or will Ethereum just go elsewhere? But at $42, it just seems to me, I mean, this is ridiculous, this candle wick down. I would buy a little bit of this, but I'm not expecting $200-300. I'm thinking, you know, buy at 42 or buy at 40 around here, and 70-80. Look at selling, depending. I mean, look at the fundamentals, see what's going on. So it's one to just keep in mind, Ethereum Classic, and of course the main Ethereum coin. I haven't brought up the chart for that. Oh, here we go. As I did do earlier. Ethereum's doing really well, even though Bitcoin itself seems to be in a bit of a bearish state. Ethereum is doing quite well, and for me, Ethereum is just a buy at the moment. I was saying in my video the other day, I can see it hitting, you know, $2,000 easily. Really, it's got a lot of support, and when money comes back into the crypto market, which will happen, I think there's going to be a lot of money that does enter into the Ethereum price. And then look, Cardano is one that I've been watching. Because of all the other options at the moment, not too sure that I would personally put my money into this right now just because there's other options. But I do like the fundamentals behind it. I like how it's been heading. And if nothing else, look at sort of, where are we? The price there at sort of 82 US cents. I mean, it's not hard to just buy a bunch of it. Will it go back down to these like low, you know, 60-cent below mark? I think it'd have to go through a lot of support, to get there. To get over $1, it's probably a fair bit of resistance, but to buy and hold it and see if it gets over there, I'm not really seeing an issue for that, but it is on my lesser radar compared to those other ones. So yeah, just to recap at the moment, out of all the coins, IOTA is still my favorite of just a purchase now. Litecoin's on my radar. Ripple is off for the moment. Bitcoin's off for the moment. Then we've got NEM is definitely for me on the purchase. Ethereum Classic, just keeping an eye on it. Don't know if I'll get into it at the moment, but just going to keep an eye on that one. And then definitely QTUM, fan of that one where it is at the moment. And then additionally is Zcash as well. As I said, I feel good things for them. So that should give you a few altcoins you can look at. If you've got low equity, you know, some of these have lesser buying prices, so you can buy a whole bunch of coins. And it's always been said that going from $1 to $2 is easier going from 10,000 to 20,000. So as always, do a bit of study yourself, read up on the coins, look at the fundamentals. But I think that with the bear market that's been enveloping the crypto market, it is sort of reaching a point where I think that once money starts coming in, the market's going to go up, and it'll be very interesting to see what happens over the next few weeks from there.